we'll be discussing about both DC motors and DC generators. Both DC motors and DC generators will be discussing, and certain characteristics. So let us consider what are all the contents of this particular chapter. So we have an introduction about the construction of DC machines, but before that I'll be discussing some fundamentals on electromagnetics, then DC generator and working principle of a DC generator, then followed by EMF equations associated with DC generators, types and characteristics of DC generators. DC means direct current, okay, basically. DC motor, working principle, torque equation, types, characteristics and speed control. These are all the contents of this chapter, right? And there are some experiments also associated with this chapter. That is, first one, which is conducting load test on shunt DC motor, series DC motor, open circuit and closed open circuit and load characteristics of a DC shunt generator using some critical resistance method, and speed control of the DC shunt motor. Okay, so these are all the things which we'll be doing as an experiment. Then followed by, let us start with the introduction part. First of all, what is electromagnetism? Whenever a current carrying conductor is subjected to a magnetic field, okay, whenever it is subjected to a magnetic field, it will tend to experience some force, okay, it will tend to experience some force because of the magnetic lines of flux that are coming from the coil, and the magnetic lines of force that are coming from a magnet. Okay, so there are certain rules associated with all of this electromagnetic theories. Okay, the first and foremost thing is Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Okay, Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Okay, this is a very fundamental thing. In this, Maxwell has postulated and proved, Maxwell, the very famous scientist, okay, Maxwell, who has postulated and proved that a corkscrew, okay, a corkscrew is held in your right hand and rotated in its clockwise direction in such a way that it advances in the direction of current, then the direction in which the hand rotates will be the direction of magnetic lines of force. Okay, magnetic lines of force. For example, you have a corkscrew that you are filling it just rotating it in a clockwise direction, that you are rotating using your right hand. Okay, so the direction of current is in this direction. At the same time, the magnetic lines of force or flux will be in this direction, right? So it will be surrounded by that screw. Okay, let us check the diagrammatic representation. Here, this is the screw which is advancing in the direction. When you are rotating it in a clockwise direction, it is advancing in the direction. So the current's direction is this one, whereas the magnetic lines of flux, okay, or magnetic lines of force will be in this direction. So if you take a conductor, bare conductor, if the current direction is like this, you have magnetic lines of flux that will be surrounded by the line in this fashion. Okay. Second one, which is Fleming's left hand rule. In Fleming's left hand rule, okay, in Fleming's left hand rule, when three fingers of your left hand, index finger, the finger next to the index finger, and the thumb finger are left open in this fashion, in the same fashion as shown in the figure, the index finger will show you the magnetic lines of force. Okay, the direction of the current is shown by the finger next to the index finger, and thumb finger will tell you the direction of force that you obtain. Force will be shown by thumb, magnetic field or magnetic lines of flux or magnetic field H is shown by the index finger, and the finger next to the index finger will show you the direction of current I. Okay, so this Fleming's left hand rule is used to determine the direction of force acting on a current carrying conductor whenever it is placed in a magnetic field. It will tell you what direction this current carrying bare conductor is experiencing when you are keeping this conductor in a magnetic field. The middle finger or the forefinger and the thumb finger of the left hand, since it is a left hand rule, are kept open at right angles. That means each finger will make 90 degrees with each other. The middle finger will tell you the direction of current, the forefinger will tell you direction of magnetic field, and the thumb will indicate the direction of force acting on the conductor. This rule, this Fleming's left hand rule, is applied in motors. In all DC motors, the fundamental law is Fleming's left hand rule. Coming to the next one, which is Fleming's right hand rule. This rule is very much predominant in determining the induction of the current. Okay, the induction of current whenever a bare conductor is kept in a magnetic field. It tells that whenever your right hand, middle finger, index finger and thumb finger are kept open at right angles to each other, the magnetic lines of force, the magnetic lines of force or magnetic field is given by the index finger. The induced current will be given by the middle finger, and the thumb will tell you the motion, the force that is acting on the lines on the conductor, right? So this is used to determine the direction of EMF induced in a conductor. This is basically the fundamental rule for DC generators. So the middle finger, forefinger and the thumb of the right hand are kept at right angles to each other. The forefinger will tell the direction of magnetic field, thumb will represent the motion of the conductor, the middle finger will indicate the direction of induced or inducted EMF. This fundamental rule is used in all DC generators. All DC generators use this as a fundamental rule.